Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be giving advice to people who want to get into real estate. After making my first couple of videos, some people have reached out to me asking me to talk more about certain topics. So this is one of the first ones that I'm going to be talking about. This is advice for anyone who's looking to break into real estate. I personally got into commercial real estate, but the advice that I'm going to give you works for residential and commercial. The first and obvious step is to take the course. And that course varies based on what state you're in, but where I am in New York City or in New York State is a 75-hour course that you have to take where you first pass the school exam and then you pass the state exam. Once you pass the state exam and you're ready to get started, you need to find somewhere to park your license. You need to find a brokerage that you're gonna work under and actually sell real estate. The next step is researching several firms, several brokerages that you wanna work for, and going and interviewing at them. You don't wanna just choose one or two that you know of off the top of your head. You wanna choose multiple ones and go to them and see what they can offer you. Every firm is gonna offer you something different. Every firm operates differently. Every firm has a different culture. You want to see what firm you'll get the most out of and also which one you'd feel the most comfortable at. You're going to be building your own business under a brokerage, so you want to enjoy where you are. You want to enjoy doing it and enjoy working with the other people who are also there building their businesses. Some of the questions that you want to ask brokerages when you go on interviews are what their fee splits are. Fee splits can vary from 50-50, where you split your commissions that come in 50-50 with the firm, and I've seen them go all the way up to 90-10 based on what level you're at. You also want to ask about what kind of marketing budget they provide you with, if any. Some firms will give you a marketing budget to pay for things such as postcards, for your signage, for your listings, for photography for the listings, the cost to actually put the listings on different websites. So you want to ask if they offer that and how much of a budget they would give you. Another important thing to ask about are what fees are associated with joining that brokerage. Some firms have marketing fees that you have to pay them. They have licensing fees to park your license under them. Some have desk fees, and just different little fees that you don't really think about. So you want to ask them these to see how much you're going to have to pay to start up at a brokerage and what you're going to be paying every year to operate your business under the brokerage. Another thing is that you want to get a sense of the culture at the company. You want to see what the atmosphere is like. Some companies, they have different teams that all work separately on their own. And then you have some companies that have teams, but everyone kind of works together. It's more collaborative. You want to see what kind of culture each of the firms that you interview have and figure out what you want, like which one of those works for you and where do you feel the most comfortable. Another thing you want to ask, and this is really important because as a new agent, I think that you should join a team, where you have a team lead who has done a lot of business, or even a single agent who is looking to bring on a mentee and mentor you, who's done a lot of business, who knows the business well, and who can teach you while you build up your own business. So you want to ask the brokerage what their policy is on joining a team. Once you join a brokerage, you want to figure out what team you're going to work on. So just like I recommended that you interview multiple brokerages, I also recommend that you interview multiple teams and multiple agents. I think somewhere between 3 and 5 agents or teams is a good number to interview. You want to ask questions like, if I join your team, what am I going to be working on? Am I going to be a buyer's agent? Am I going to be a seller's agent? Also, when leads come in, am I going to be giving leads? Am I going to be helping you with those leads? If you bring in a listing, will you put me on those listings, or will I just have to, try to find a buyer and bring them to your listings? You want to figure all these different things out. You also want to ask about the fee split with the team. Just like you have to split your fee with the company, you also, if you join a team, you're gonna have to split your fee with the team leader as well. Another thing you want to do when you're interviewing a team leader is to ask about their personal hobbies, ask about their family, see how they are as a person, because you want to see, you know, if your personality matches up with them, if you feel comfortable with them. Also, if you're interviewing a team lead who has a big team, or even if there's like 3 or 4 people on the team, interview some of them as well. Talk to them, see how they like being on the team. Like, that's where you're really gonna get a good idea of what it's like to actually work with this team leader. Ask them straight out, you know, how do you like working with this guy or this girl? How long have you been working with them? What is it like? You know, what do they have you working on? Once you join a brokerage and you decide what team you're gonna work on, the next thing you want to do is figure out what area you're going to be working in. Once you figure out the area that you're working in, do research on that area. You want to become an expert in that area. In your mind, you want to make sure that no one knows more about the area that you're working in as you do. So you want to know every sale that happened in the neighborhood, every metric of that sale, you know, price per square foot, cap rate, everything. You want to know who bought the deal, who sold the deal, why the deal is transacted. You want to know as much as you can about these deals. This is going to help you, especially as a new agent, when you go pitch for listings, because you don't have a track record yet. But if you're able to go sit down with a seller and you're able to talk about every deal that sold around their building in close proximity and give all the details about it, let them know who bought, who sold, why they sold it, they're gonna look at you as the expert, that, you know, they can trust you, and that even though you don't have that track record of selling a bunch of deals, that you know what you're doing. The more you know about deals that are transacting in the area and just about the area in general, the more business that you're gonna win when you go pitch for it. As time goes on, you'll get to know the area more and more, and you'll become an expert. So definitely track everything. When you see deals trade, put them in a spreadsheet, put them in flashcards. I actually use a flashcard app. So in different territories that I track, I have the address of the deal, and then on the back of the flashcard, when you click it, it shows what the deal sold for, when it sold, and there's like a note section of that where it shows you know, who bought the deal, any important metrics that I need to know, because I want to have all this memorized. Once you have the research down, now you get to the good part. And your job as a real estate agent is to generate leads, because if you don't generate leads, you're not going to be closing deals. And that's the only way you get paid in this 100% commission career. So you have to generate leads. The first thing you want to start with is your sphere of influence. Do you know anyone who, you know, who owns buildings or houses or whatever it is that you're selling in the neighborhood that you're selling? If you don't know them direct, do you know people who know them? Can you be introduced? You know, do your parents have those connections? Do any other family members have those connections? Do any of your classmates know any of them? Like, any way that you can make a connection to property owners, you know, start there. That's the first thing. If you don't have those connections at all, then it's time to start prospecting. One of those ways to generate leads are through cold calling. So just picking up the phone and calling property owners in the neighborhood that you're selling in, introducing yourself and giving them something, you know, some kind of information that they're gonna find interesting or that they're gonna find useful. And that is how you're gonna start your relationship. And as the call goes on, you know, if you're able to keep them on the call after giving them a little something, you want to get towards hopefully getting a meeting. Because once you get a meeting and you sit down face to face, you're able to start building that relationship. Most people that you cold call, they're not ready to do anything. They're not ready to sell. But what you want to do with these, and, you know, with developing these relationships, is to have it where when they're ready to do something, you're the person they call because they built that relationship with you. Another way to generate leads is by email. So you can send cold emails if you have email addresses for property owners. And also, just, you know, while you're building your business and you're getting email addresses, I highly recommend putting them into a CRM into a database and sending either a weekly or a monthly newsletter so that every week or month they see your name and they see how knowledgeable you are, because in your newsletter you're going to include something of value, some information that you know about the neighborhood that's happening, any trades that are happening, and also any of your listings, because you want them to see your marketing. And if they're looking to buy, of course, you want them to see your listings that way as well. Postcards are another great way to generate leads. And I think that sending a postcard every other month or at least once a quarter is effective. In the beginning, as a new agent, you don't have listings to put on the postcard, unless you're on a team and your team lead lets you do that. But just personally for yourself, you don't have that. So what I did was I put information that I found while researching my neighborhood on the postcard, and I sent them out. One example is on a postcard showing every deal that occurred in the past quarter. So say 12 deals sold for $200 million. I have a picture of all 12 of those deals, how much they sold for, like the basic metrics, and I sent that out. I made sure to show on the postcard that those deals actually weren't done by me. I didn't want anyone coming back and saying that I'm false advertising. I put on there that it's representative of what is going on in the market. Because what that will do is when you send that out to a neighborhood and they see, wow, this many deals are getting done, maybe it's a good time for me to sell, and then they'll reach out to you based on the information. So I think that that is a really good lead generator. And also be consistent with that. Like, don't send a postcard this quarter, miss the next two, and then send it the next one. Like, if you're gonna do it, send it every other month or send it every quarter. Be consistent so that they expect that. They just keep seeing your name, they keep seeing your company, so that once they're ready to do something, they'll reach out to you. Another good lead generator, especially now, is to leverage social media, because you never know where a lead is going to come from. So you want to make sure you cover all bases. My favorite social media platform to use for business is Instagram. So I started a page on Instagram just for Brokerage to build a brand. You want to post content that is going to show them not only your business, but it's also going to show them who you are as a person, and just get people to like you. Because on your Instagram or on your LinkedIn, on your Facebook, you're gonna have people who are looking to buy, you're gonna have people who are looking to sell, you're gonna have people who are looking to rent. If they see you as an expert, they see you as someone that they like and that they want to work with, when it's time for them to look for an apartment or look for a house or sell their apartment or house, they're gonna reach out to you. So you want to build a brand on social media and cover all your bases. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. Put content out everywhere, and you'll generate leads that way as well. Those are a few ways to generate leads. There are more, but I think that's a good foundation, especially for a new agent. For someone who's looking to get into real estate right now, I'll just summarize the steps that I just spoke about. Of course, the first thing is passing the course, passing that test to become licensed. The second thing is to research multiple firms and interview them, figure out which firm you want to join. Once you join a firm, figure out what team you're going to join, because you definitely want to start on a team as a new agent. After you choose your team, do your research on the area that you're going to work in. And then after that, start generating leads and bringing in business. If you have any questions on any of the things that I spoke about in this video, please reach out to me. You can leave a comment below, or you can reach out to me direct. This video actually came from someone who he wanted some real estate advice. He's in college right now. He's getting ready to graduate soon. He's a senior right now, and he wants to come down to New York City and wants to get into investment sales. So, this is a video that I did not only for him, but for people like him who want this advice. So I will do these videos. If you reach out to me and you let me know what you want to hear me talk about, I'll do them. Also share this video, because this video is gonna help out anyone who's looking to get into real estate, and I want to help out as many people as I can. So share this video and follow along, subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to making more videos with you guys.